Good morning. I'm having a home day today, and I've just been in the office thinking about what mistakes women make when they get back to exercise. Excuse the croaky voice, I'm not feeling very well today. So, being a physio, I see lots of women come into the clinic who they're wanting to get back to exercise, or they have started exercise and they might get injured, or they have pelvic floor problems. And I've just noticed these are the common mistakes that women seem to make. So the first one would be going too hard too soon. And I think a lot of this probably comes from Instagram and watching all those fitness models and the workouts they do. And most of those are really quite high level. And if you've not been doing anything for a while, or you've just had a baby, or you're getting back to exercise, some of those exercises could quite easily cause you injury if you haven't built up to that yet. So it's not saying that they're bad overall, but if you're starting out, you've got to exercise to where you're at right now. So it's really important to have a graded program that you can go through. And that way, when you're feeling an exercise is too easy, you know what you can move on to then. Rather than starting off, trying to do really high level ab stuff or jump lunges, jump squats. If you've got, quite weak knees and pelvic floor, you're just going to create all sorts of problems. And that leads me to the next thing, which is not dealing with pelvic floor and core muscle or ab muscle separation issues prior to starting back at exercise. It's really important that you train for the weakest link, I guess. And for a lot of women, especially after having babies, that is their pelvic floor and their deep abdominal muscles. So you need to make sure that you've got something that you've been given, or you can start with a program that focuses on getting those areas strong before you move on. Yes, you might well be able to do some of these high level exercises, but it doesn't mean you're doing them well, and therefore probably not gaining the effect that you would get if you'd learnt to contract the right muscles correctly first. So making sure that if you have any leakage, if you've got any prolapse post baby, even if you just feel like you can't feel your pelvic floor muscles well, if you can't engage your lower abdominals properly, if you've got a tummy muscle separation, you really need to get that checked out, or start on some specific exercises for that first, so you know you're doing the right thing. Thinking that you can out exercise a bad diet is another one that I probably get a lot of. So people will come and say, oh, I've been exercising heaps and I'm just not losing any weight, or I've still got my tummy. And if you talk to them about their diet, it's usually not the greatest. So, your diet is so important for if you're trying to lose weight or tone up. If you've got excessive fat, you're not going to see the muscles, you're not going to get those benefits that you're wanting visually. Yes, you might still get fitter, but if you're wanting to visually change, you need to really address the diet issue. And I'm not a qualified dietitian, so I'm not going to offer any advice there other than to say that don't eat crap, really. And crap can be healthy crap too. So a lot of things we see in shops now are marketed as being healthy, but if you actually look at what's in them, there's quite a lot of sugars and just unnecessary things that you might think you're doing a good job eating, but it might not be helping you long term. Another thing is just relying on cardio. So we see this a lot. People say, oh, I walk every day and I'm just not losing any weight. Especially for women, and even more so around menopause and on, women need to keep their muscle mass. So our muscle mass starts to decline naturally as we age anyway, but women get an added, problem of going through menopause and having our hormones change, and that sort of speeds up that muscle decline process. So when you have more muscle mass, you burn more energy at rest, so it boosts your metabolism. So if you're not doing resistance training and you're just relying on cardio, you're not going to have the best outcome for your body. Resistance training is so important for keeping your muscles strong, protecting the joints, helping your balance and strength and all of those sorts of things. But it also really helps to tone you and help burn that fat by boosting that metabolism. So make sure you're including resistance exercise in your workouts and in your daily life. Probably the most common thing I hear is I don't have time to exercise. And I don't know whether this comes from the thinking that you have to go to a gym or you have to go to a specific class to do exercise, and that's certainly not the case. I mean, when I had my babies, I certainly didn't have time to go to a gym. I was flat out getting 10 minutes here or there to do something, but I made sure I used that time because for me, I understood the importance of having my tummy muscles strong again and my pelvic floor strong, and I like the feeling of being active. I think it's so important for our bodies. I know as a physio, being inactive, the effects that has on your body. So I just make it a priority, and it doesn't have to be heaps of exercise. Take your baby for a walk in the pram, take your toddler out on the scooter of an afternoon while you walk or jog beside them. And then while you're cooking dinner, like there's usually 5 minutes here or there where things are boiling or you're waiting for something to cook, and just get down on the floor and do a few exercises, do some squats and lunges and some ab stuff, and it really doesn't take that long to do something. Often on a weekend you'll have time, and it's just a matter of trying to make it a priority. Especially as a mom, women are really good at giving to everybody else and not to themselves. So you need to prioritize that time for you. It's important for your body. You prioritize the time for your kids to do things that are important for them. You need to have your body fit and strong and healthy so you can look after everybody else. So please don't use it as an excuse. There's very few people who don't have any time at all. Go to the toilet, wash your hands. You can do 10 squats while you're washing and drying your hands. It's really not that challenging. Just got to make it a priority. So the hardest thing is starting, of course. You really got to give yourself 2 or 3 weeks of regular, doing something regularly to change a habit. So you've got to make that commitment, set a reminder, get a friend to help you out, encourage each other, but just start. And you'll notice the difference in how you feel, how your body feels when you get up and move throughout the day, and that will keep you going then. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that's been helpful, and please let me know if you have any questions. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Bye.